Hello everyone, my name is Tom Dow and I am a Senior Solutions Engineer at Lightbitslabs. In this video, I'm going to show how Lightbits can be used as a backend storage in an OpenStack environment. Now, you may be wondering what Lightbits is and why do I care? Well, for starters, if you're looking to modernize your OpenStack environment with high performance backend storage, then this video is for you. Everyone knows that OpenStack supports most storage vendors today, but not all storage vendors are created equal. If you run latency-sensitive applications on OpenStack and not use high-performance backend storage, you could experience application timeouts. Here's the agenda for this demo. First, a quick overview of the Lightbits product. Then we'll get into the demo on how to set up Lightbits as a backend storage for OpenStack. Now, Lightbits is a software-defined storage solution that uses NVMe over TCP, which was also invented by Lightbits. You may have heard that most storage vendors are starting to support NVMe over TCP in their product portfolio because the technology is cutting edge and high performance with reduced deployment costs. The Lightbits software-defined storage solution provides enterprise-grade features for your critical applications running on OpenStack. You see that we not only provide the OpenStack Cinder driver, but also the plugins for Kubernetes and VMware vSphere as well. Okay, let's get into the demo so you can see how Lightbits provides persistent storage for OpenStack virtual machines. This slide shows my OpenStack demo environment, which consists of a Lightbits storage cluster with 3 nodes and an OpenStack cluster with also 3 nodes. Here, I'm logged into the OpenStack controller node, and you see that Lightbits is not available as a backend storage from the pool. So let me add Lightbits as a backend storage. All you need to do is edit the cinder.conf file and add Lightbits specific information. You want to go down to the enable backend parameter and add Lightbits information. I'm going to use LightOS. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to add a LightOS section. I'm just going to go down to the bottom, insert. I have the information ready, so I'm just going to cut and paste. Now, the parameters for LightOS, for Lightbits, are in the Cinder driver documentation, and it explains what each parameter does. Save the file. Next, I just need to restart the Cinder service. Okay, let's verify that Lightbits shows up as a backend storage. And there it is. The next step is to create a volume type for the Lightbits. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now let's verify the volume type. And there you have it. Now that we have Lightbits as our backend storage, let's proceed to creating a virtual machine and then create a Lightbits volume and attach to the VM and run some FIO tests. But before we move on to creating a VM, I'd like to show you the Lightbits cluster. Here are the 3 nodes Lightbits cluster. Currently, there are no volumes created on this cluster. Okay, so in OpenStack, I already created a flavor for my virtual machine, so I'm just going to use a flavor, and of course the image is Ubuntu. I'm just going to go ahead and create the VM, and then after the VM has been created, I'll create a volume on Lightbits using the Cinder driver and attach to the VM, and then we can run some FIO tests, okay? So this is a command to create a VM. Okay, the VM is active. So I'm just going to assign a floating IP so we can actually SSH to it. Verify again. I have a floating IP. Okay, so this command here is going to create a Lightbits volume of 20 gig. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I use OpenStack command to create a Lightbits volume. So let's verify on the cluster, the Lightbits cluster, to see if the volume is available. So let's just go to the Lightbits here. There we go. Now the volume has been created on the Lightbits side. So the next step is to actually add that volume to the VM. All right, it's added. Let's verify. You see that the volume is now attached to VM1 that we created as a dev VDB. So if we go back to the Lightbits cluster, you would see that before we add, the access control list was there's no access control list assigned. So if I record the command here, so you see that now the host, the Nova node, compute node, NQN is there because it's attached to the VM which reside on that Nova compute node. All right, let's go back to the controller node. Let's go ahead and log into the VM. Let me just remove this because so here's my VM. Let's switch to root. There's the disk, 20 gig. Okay, Let's just run a quick FIO test of 4K random read. So the disk is there. I created a file with 4K random read. Let's just go ahead and run the file. All right, so we ran a quick test, and this shows that it works just fine with Lightbits and OpenStack. And that concludes our demo. You can go to lightbitslabs.com for more information about our software-defined storage. And thank you for watching.